Milo Crispin was a slim, well-groomed, dignified man with an air of easy authority about him. A scion of the ancient aristocracy of Normandy, his military prowess and loyalty to the conqueror had been richly rewarded. He was one of the major landholders in the county, with over 30 manors in his strong grasp. The king had also given him the charge of Wallingford Castle, a key fortress in the south of Oxfordshire. So accustomed was Milo to the unimpeded exercise of power that he found any resistance to his will, however trivial, highly vexatious, and swept it instantly aside. Even in a horse race, he felt entitled to be the winner. Unlike his companion, Wymark was not able to hide his disappointment beneath a mask of composure. He wore his heart and his resentment on his sleeve for all to see. A short, stout man of 30 with piggy eyes set in a flabby face, Wymark yielded to none in his appreciation of horses, and he was forever trying to improve the quality of his stable. He had reason enough to dislike Milo Crispin, but felt a kinship with him now, united as they were by a common hatred of Bertrand Gambarel, and by a determination to humble him in the race.
"He is not coming,"
said Wymark irritably. Nothing would keep him away.
"Why is he making us wait like this?"
"It is all part of his strategy," decided Milo.
"Where is the man?"
Bertrand Gambarel gave his own answer to the question. Flanked by 2 of his knights, he came trotting briskly along on his destrier, towing the black stallion behind him on a lead rein. He was an arresting figure, tall, rangy, and possessed of a dark handsomeness that he knew how to exploit to the full. Over his hauberk he wore a white tunic emblazoned with the head of a black stallion. As he closed in on them, he gave a cheerful wave of greeting. "What did I tell you?" said Milo. "Bertrand is here."
"More's the pity,"
groaned Wymark, raising his voice as the newcomer rode up to them.
"You're late! That is unforgivable! I had half a mind to start without you."
Gambarel grinned.
"You certainly have only half a mind. It is your most distinctive feature, Wymark. But I beg leave to disagree about being late. I am here exactly on time."
He beamed at his black stallion, and so is Hyperion. On a nod from his master, one of his men dismounted from his own horse and hauled himself up into Hyperion's saddle. The stallion responded with a snort and some spirited prancing, then headed for the starting point at a gentle canter. Gambarel watched him with a proprietorial smile. Wymark looked on with a mixture of envy and apprehension, but Milo seemed unperturbed by the arrival of the celebrated Hyperion. He had faith in his own horses.
"Well, my friends,"
teased Gambarel, gazing from one to the other,
"how much will I win off you today?"
"Nothing," vowed Wymark.
"You say that every time." "I have brought swifter legs with me today." "No horse can outrun Hyperion."
"We shall see," said Milo levelly.
"Do you really believe that you have a chance?"
mocked Gambarel.
"In that case, you will be ready to increase the size of your wager. Is that not so, Milo?"
"Let it stand at the amount on which we settled," replied the other, "and let the race begin at the agreed time."
"Hyperion is ready."
"So are we, Bertrand." Milo Crispin gave a signal to the soldier who was acting as the starter, and the latter began to marshal the runners into line. There were 6 horses in the race. Milo and Wymark had entered 2 apiece against Hyperion. The other horse was owned by Audgar, a Saxon thegn who had been robbed of most of his land after the conquest and reduced to the status of a subtenant on Milo's estates, an ignominy he bore with surprising grace. Audgar was a silver-haired old man, forced to come to composition with the invaders.